Good morning, welcome back. Next video, we're off to Scotland today. It is now 5:15 in the morning. We've got about 10 hours I think till we get up to our first camp, so hopefully we shall see you in about 10 hours. Right, well, we are here. So, 9.5 hours through, how can I say, biblical rain. We're now up in Scotland, so we're just, the rain has actually eased for a little bit. So we just set up. So we're at Catniss, a lovely little spot by the river here. There's a couple of other people wild camping further up there. So this is, I think we're about an hour away from Fort William. So the plan is tomorrow is that we'll be up early, we'll have breakfast, we're going to head into Fort William, pick up a few bits of supplies, and then we're going to go up towards Fort Augustus via section 3 of the Great Glen Way. So we're going to do section 3, which finishes up at Fort Augustus, and then we'll take the bus back to where we started, and then we're booked into campsite tomorrow just below Fort William. So we're using that as a base for the rest of our excursions and hiking trips out for the duration of this trip. So then we're hopefully going to do section 4 of the Great Glen Way, and then we're going to summit Ben Nevis. Obviously this is all weather dependent. It's not forecast to be great, so obviously it's just adjusting just to make sure that we're safe with whatever we're doing. And then the last night we were planning on camping on one of the beaches on the west coast, but we're just thinking about it. We might actually sort of make our way sort of 2-3 hours south and have a wild camp down there, so then on the last day we're not actually driving 9.5-10 hours all the way home. Obviously where we live in Suffolk, you're talking 2.5 hours before you can actually start your trip, before you actually hit any decent roads, because they've only just invented roads and round wheels in Suffolk, so it takes a bit of time to actually get onto a decent road where we are. Hence the reason it's 9.5 hours for us to get up here. But yeah, it's a great place, really nice river. There'll be some great salmon in here when the season runs for those. So that's it really. So we're going to knock it on the head now. We're going to sign off for the day. It is early. It is. It's only 7:30, but we've had a long old day. I was up at about 4:30 this morning. I'm going to start early tomorrow, so it's time to knock it on the head, and we'll catch you in the morning. Right, good morning. It's now about 6. Very wet night last night, but at least it's dry at the moment. So just having breakfast. Just going to try and dry off these tents as much as we can. The midges are back out. And then we're headed up towards Great Glen Way. So I think we've got about an hour and a half, I think, until we get to the start of section 3. So just going to have some breakfast and we're going to make our way. Ollie. Right, so here we are on Caledonian Canal. We are now doing section 3 of the Great Glen Way, so we're walking Laggan to Fort Augustus. So starting off in Laggan, following the Caledonian Canal. Weather's a little bit better than last night. So this is about 10 miles I think this section is that we've got, and then we're just going to take the bus back to Laggan to pick up the van, and then we're off to Glen Nevis campsite tonight. Right, that's us at Invergary. So this is I think this is a project they've been trying to do for the last couple of years, is get this this railway line back up and running, but I think it's been held back due to funding. So anyway, we just crossed the main road, so we're off the Caledonian Canal now. We're just following this train line at Invergary alongside Loch Oich, which is going to lead us up to Loch Ness, and I think we're just going to have a stop at Loch Ness and have something to eat while we're there. Right, so about 2 miles into the road crossing here, so still following Loch Oich. You can see by this path behind me that this is a really easy trail. So if it's something that you want to do, a long distance trail, this is definitely worth doing if you don't want something with a bit of arduous terrain. But yeah, this is a really easy footpath. I think it follows an old train track. But yeah, really easy. We've been lucky with the weather so far. Right, so lunchtime stop. We are here at Fiana, I think that's how it's pronounced, although it sounds more Italian to me. Known as a Trailblazer's Rest. It's not a bad spot in between Laggan and Fort Augustus if you fancy wild camping. You get 8 tents here, I think. Nice little area. The route itself, Great Glen Way, to be honest, quite boring. It's just footpath, and you're sort of in between the trees, sort of above the lock itself. This is this section, so it is quite boring. But like I said, it's an easy trail. But then stopping somewhere like this, not a bad place for a wild camp. Right, so we are just over halfway, I believe now. I think we're done 4.9 miles. We're just crossing over a river. Weather's changed slightly, it's got a little bit gloomier now. So we are expecting some rain. Right, slight change in plan. So we're at Abercalder now, and basically we decided to get the bus back from here back to Laggan Locks even. It's just boring. That's the main thing. It is just a boring trail. So we're going to head back to the car in Fort William, back to the campsite, get the tents out because Jan's tent is absolutely soaked from last night, so that needs drying out. So that is the plan. Okay, so we're all set up at Nevis campsite. Managed to get set up in between the rain showers. We got as far as Oik Bridge today, and decided to take the bus back. As I said before, the Great Glen Way is pretty boring, to be honest. So yeah, I'm glad I haven't walked the whole thing. Just a note, if you think they're taking the buses, they don't let dogs on, so we had to wait in the bloomin' throwing down rain. So we're just having something to eat. We're going for a couple of beers, and tomorrow is Ben Nevis, if the weather is good for us, which forecast it shouldn't be too bad. And then we were thinking of a second section of the Great Glen Way, but I think we're going to bypass that now and either look at walk up Glencoe or something like that. So that is us for the evening. Right, good morning everyone. So, very wet night last night, so we just had breakfast. We're now walking up to the visitors centre at Ben Nevis. We're going to take that route up. So just coming out of the Glen Nevis campsite, walking along the road up to the visitor centre, and hopefully we're going to make it up on that route. So this is the start of the ascent, so I'm just going to, it's drizzling quite a bit, just going to swap my jacket over and then we're going to make our way up. Right, very drizzly. Right, bit of a break in the weather. Hopefully it's going to last. There's a little bit of blue sky. Right, so we're probably what, 45 minutes in, I think. We're just taking a 5-minute breather. Right, so sun's out. Now it's bloody warm. But a lot better than wearing all those layers coming up here anyway. It's not that easy with a dog attached to me. She's got one of those halters on her face which does slow her down a bit, but she'll get to the end of the lead and then just boom, pull you over. So it's not so easy to climb rocks with her attached here, but she needs to be on it, if not she'll be after the sheep. So we are we halfway? Almost halfway now. So we just come off the main footpath. Main footpath is right behind me, just up there, so we're taking a shortcut that is following just where these people are behind me up here to join onto the path again. Just a bit of a detour, just more of a natural walk up there instead of the footpath there. Weather-wise, it's not too bad at present. So it's quite warm, but the wind is keeping you cool as well because it is a bit of a slog on the way up. So just having some jerky, having some water, and we're going to continue our way up. Right, I think we've got about 20 minutes left before we reach the top. As you can see, the view is absolutely fantastic. It is like Gondor, but it's really busy, but you'd expect that for August anyway. So yeah, about 20 minutes to the top. Definitely worth doing, but just take plenty of water with you, that's the main thing with it. But we've enjoyed it. Son number one has enjoyed himself. He hasn't moaned once. Right, there we have it, we've done it. So we hit the summit of Ben Nevis. Beautiful view, as you can see. So this is the old observatory that's behind us here. So we're literally just having something to eat, and then we're going to make our way back down the valley. But yeah, pretty good walk up, but it's busy. It's really busy, so be prepared for loads and loads of tourists if you're going to do this. But yeah, enjoyed it, but now we've got 4 hours back down. Right, out of the clouds into the sunshine. A little bit better here. Beautiful views. So you can see the campsite where we're stopping. It's a little bit further down now. Probably got about 10 minutes to walk back to the tent, and then it's food time. Probably the best pint ever. Well deserved. Right, back to tent, food, meat, beer, shower, sleep.